Welcome back, everybody.
Hello, everyone.
It's time once again.
It is time for PhD. It is time.
It's your Wednesday. It's 6 p.m. If you're not listening, you're square, you're lame,
and we hate you.
and we hate you. So, placeholder. What are we
Hello.
talking about in class today?
Today, folks, we decided to tackle a very important topic, very in the circulation of the news today. We're talking about the economics, baby. We're talking about the economy.
Mm-hmm. And the economy, it just plays such a big part. And, some people... Oh, Jethro, stop texting me. Jethro, we talked about this. You can't text during the episode. Tell us, what does economics, what does that actually mean? I don't think many people actually know.
All right, folks. Economics, a branch of knowledge concerned with the production, consumption, and transfer of wealth.
So, if you don't understand that, let me break it down in simple terms. You make money, you spend money, you get money.
And more often than not, you lose money.
You lose money. And so, we're talking about all things economics, from the video game industry, what's going on in there, to general, what's kind of going on in the world. We might get a little spicy, we might get a little bit dicey today.
And one of us may be losing all of our assets in one fell swoop.
That's right.
We will see.
One of us might be taking out a giant PPE loan. I don't know if those exist anymore, but we're going to take one out, and we're going to say that we had a business, declare bankruptcy on that business, and we are going to use it to build a giant PhD statue.
Yes, right. And also, PP is funny.
PP is funny. There's nothing better
There's
than
nothing else we can say. What do you want from us?
So, I kind of wanted to get into the economics today because I have really been on a video game kick. There's been a lot of news going on in the video game industry, if everybody knows. I don't have my watch on today, but yes. Placeholder has got it pulled up right in front of me. The Nintendo Switch 2.
This has been... I'm telling you, since this has come out, this is all I've heard about. For however long. At this point, it feels like it's been a millennia.
Placeholder, let me tell you, he loves the Nintendo Switch.
That's right. I don't own one. I don't plan on owning one. But boy howdy, I'll tell you what, I know everything there is to know about a Nintendo Switch 2.
Yeah, unfortunately, he has been not rampant, what the hell rampant? He has been subject to my crazy rampant ravings. Holy, that was a sentence right there.
I want you to understand how excited and how happy I am to know that he's excited for the product. Because I'm not a Nintendo fan.
Right.
I barely understand. I get the Switch. It's like the little thing, you pull it out, like Joy-Cons.
Right.
The Nintendo Switch 2 to me just looks bigger without the gimmick, because it doesn't snap down, it sticks to the side. Yeah, it pulls off.
See, and here's my thing, okay? I will say it exists in a very weird point. And this is kind of why I wanted to talk about the economics, okay? Games are getting more expensive. It's more expensive to live. It's more expensive to do anything, okay? Now, I am a handheld, let's just say, connoisseur, okay? For as long as I can remember, I have had handhelds. From the GPD Win, which I'm sure, most of you probably have, if not all of you, have never heard of. It was this little, mini PC that also had, a full-on keyboard on it, and it had, an Xbox controller that was basically built into it.
What did you call it?
It's called the GPD Win.
GPD Win.
Yep.
Oh.
I don't see... Okay, yeah, that if you go to the right... So, you guys can't see, but maybe we'll put a picture. A couple more to the right. Keep going.
Ooh.
That's the one I had. Literally, it looked like a DS, but imagine you had, an Xbox controller that's kind of cramped, and then you've got a full mini keyboard like you would have on a slide-out phone.
Yeah, this actually looks pretty sick.
It is sick. I literally sold my PS4 to get one of those.
Oh shit.
And keep in mind, I was in 6th grade, so that was a big deal. So I've had the GPD Win, I've had literally the PSP, PS Vita, like Shield tablet, anything you can think of. And of course, I had to get the Switch 2 because handheld.
Well, you
junkie.
have to.
But I also have the Legion Go. Okay. And this is not me trying to like brag or anything. This is just me comparing the price points of everything. I just want to say,
Holy shit!
yeah, that thing.
Oh my god!
I did not pay retail for it. I want to put that out there. I got it while it was on sale. I got a very good price. I honestly paid only a little bit more than I did for my Switch 2.
Really? Okay.
So I got a really good deal. And the difference is the Switch 2, you're locked down to Nintendo. And here's the thing. With how they price this thing, it's expensive, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And this is why we're talking about the economy, the economics of these things.
Is it worth purchasing?
Is it worth purchasing? And that is where you really get me. Because, so I'm kind of a snob when it comes to performance a little bit.
Okay.
I need to have like at least like 60 frames per second, or like, you know, I can do like a smooth 30 sometimes, or like a 40. I can deal with that. The Legion Go is powerful.
Okay.
It can do a lot of things. Now, the Switch 2 might be just as powerful, if not more. It could be slightly less, honestly.
This thing, that's actually crazy. This thing's as powerful as this fucker.
It's probably not actually as strong, but the thing is, okay, you have to consider the Legion Go is a full Windows PC
Okay.
handheld. So there's a lot of like it's basically running PC versions of the game that aren't specifically optimized for it.
Mm-hmm.
The Switch 2 has the games that are specifically optimized for it.
I see.
And this is what's truly amazing, and this is why it's so hard for me to be like, I don't know if it's worth it or not, because it is expensive. Don't get me wrong. The games are getting more expensive. They're trying to make games $80, which we're gonna come back to that,
Yeah,
because
that's always been my like Achilles heel is that
Right.
I never want to. I don't even think there's a single video game, at least made in the last 5 years, that's worth $70.
yeah.
Wait.
Can I interject for 1 second?
Yeah.
Do you think Doom Dark Age is worth $70?
No.
Really?
The thing is, I don't buy video games that often. The
Okay.
only reason I bought Doom at retail price is because I want to support. That's how I see it, is I'm supporting them. But, like, the only game I can think of that might be worth that much might be Ragnarok.
Okay.
God of War Ragnarok. But even then, I don't think it's
Was that
much.
70 or was that 60?
Oh, yeah, that was $70.
Okay.
That was a $70.
See, and here's the thing. That is where, like, them pushing the games up to $80 is crazy
Mhm.
already. Them putting their console at $500 with, like, the Mario Kart bundle it's kind of expensive.
Mhm.
But, and here's the big but. If you have owned the Switch, the original Switch, which I was a huge supporter of, because like I said, I'm a fucking huge handheld fan. I think I literally got it like on launch, like in the same week too, and GameStop had like a deal and they like messed it up.
Mhm.
So I got it for $100 instead of $300.
Okay.
Like within like a week of launch.
That's
so
pretty good.
that was
That's pretty good deal.
that was peak. So I have a bunch of games I just never played on my original Switch because they didn't run well, or like they didn't run how exactly I wanted to. I just was like, I can't like enjoy this the way I wanted to.
Mhm.
And so for me, as someone who already had like a pretty big backlog of games, and I've got like games on the Switch, like I've got Doom on the Switch.
Yep, there you go.
And see, Doom on the Switch kind of low-key runs like ass. But I haven't tested it on the Switch 2. But I'm sure that it's going to get an update, and I'm sure that it's going to be a lot better, especially because now, and this is like another thing that is really exciting for me, there's a mouse mode.
Oh, that's right. You can plug the keyboard and mouse into it.
No, you don't. No, you don't have to plug anything in. You literally turn the Joy-Con on its side, and you put it on the table, and it becomes a mouse.
For real?
For real.
Holy shit! I didn't know about this.
Yeah. So literally, yeah, you got to look this up because literally this is sick. So Placeholder is pulling this up right now so he can see this shit, but literally, yeah, you just set it down. And the Legion Go does this but it's just like weird and gimmicky because you need like to put it in like a whole puck.
It's official.
Whoa.
We sent the Switch to Joe.
Oh boy,
Oh,
oh boy. Sorry guys, you guys are hearing a little YouTuber. So literally, for the Legion Go, you have to like set it within like a little like thing, and then you can use it. But this one, you literally just turn it on its side, and boom, it's working just like a
No
mouse.
way. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. So literally, for me as a PC gamer, that is huge.
Sorry to cut you off.
No,
Maybe
you're good.
I'm an old man. Is this a new thing?
No, this is new.
This is kind of sick.
This is sick, right? And see, that's why this is where, like, economically, I really, really, really like this. Because, like I said, the Legion Go, you can technically do this, but it just, like, works weird and it's kind of gimmicky. It doesn't, like, work exactly right.
And so that's what I always
Yeah.
thought Nintendo's big thing was. Is
Right.
Nintendo is the pinnacle of gimmicks that
Right.
are like
Good.
good gimmicks.
Right.
It's like because like the Switch was built all around being able to switch from like the handheld to the TV
Yep.
to whatever. You can switch it around. You can use a ton of controllers.
Right.
And that's why I was like, what? It's just a bigger Switch.
Right.
It just like I imagine it runs better.
Right.
But like that's crazy.
See,
I had no idea it could do that.
And that's like where the thing is. It's kind of in like a weird price point because there's a lot of games that are still going to be coming out on the original Switch still.
Sure.
Are they going to run as well as on the Switch 2? Obviously they're not. I don't know what that experience is going to be like. I mean, we've already seen like Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, which came out like, cuz you have to think the Switch is literally like 10 years old.
That's true.
It is 10 years old. And so, like, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet that came out, like, last year barely ran on that fucking thing. Like, it was, like, glitchy, like, laggy. And so, I think for somebody who is, like, got, like, a backlog of games or is looking for, like, a really good portable system that is just, like, because I think that's, like, okay, I don't want to sound like an Apple fanboy. Okay, but
It's all right. We know. I mean, look
Just
at
a
this
little
thing.
bit.
We
Just a
are
little
all.
bit.
We might be part of the Apple cult a little bit.
yeah. If you could see our setup, it's kind of bad. I mean, I personally, like, I've placeholders got MacBook, iPad, iPhone. I've got MacBook, iPad, iPhone. Like, once you get sucked in, bro, you are just.
It just works. It just works.
And here's the thing, okay? Apple has that reputation of, okay, you're paying more, but yes, they are slower to adopt things. They're slower to improve things. But when they do it, they do it in a way that is like
perfect.
like it changes the way that thing is like done. Like, you know what I mean?
It integrates it. It's just the way it like melts together, especially when you like if you buy the same devices. It's like it just all works together, and it's just it's like
It's
a happy
so nice.
little like cloud. I
Yeah.
don't know.
It literally is. It's the cloud, the iCloud. That's why they call it the iCloud.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what, because, like, that's why I feel like a lot of people are upset. Because the first Switch was, like, this big revolutionary thing. Like, they basically took, because they used to make, like, the Wii U, and then they made the 3DS.
Right.
Okay? And so instead of making, like, a handheld that was cheaper and the console that was cheaper, they basically just took the two, put them together, and made something slightly more expensive.
Right.
And I feel like...
And I think that, because that makes sense to me. Like, you're taking, like, everybody liked the 3DS, and a lot of people didn't like the Wii U.
Right.
So it's kind of like, well, let's meld everything together. We'll take out, like, the gimmick that nobody's using anyway, which is, like, the 3D version.
Right.
And then the best parts of the Wii U. And then they made something that, like, I understand the Switch. Is I don't need to have a Wii and, like, a different handheld. It's all together.
Right. And I think that's, like, honestly what's so great. And that's why, I mean, like, the Switch 2 is, I think it's priced at a point because they're still making the original Switch. Like, they're still supporting it. They're still even putting games on it. Obviously, they're not putting all the games on it. Like, there is, like, Switch 2 exclusives because,
Because the mouse is probably going to be something
the
different.
mouse plus, like, they're taking advantage of the hardware. So, obviously, the Switch 2 is, like, 4 times as powerful as the original Switch. So, like...
Just run stuff better.
Yeah, so, like, if a game is, like, made to run on the Switch 2, it might just not run on the Switch 1. That's just, like, how it is. But it's, like, if you want the premium version of a good product that you already have and you want the better version, like the better FPS, the better performance, the better specs, the extra, whether you want to call them gimmicks, whether you use them or not, but like the extra features slash gimmicks, then I think it's at a good point.
And I think if you don't have a Switch, you might as well get the Switch 2.
Yes, exactly.
Because it just is a direct upgrade. It sounds like, and it can run Switch games, can it?
It can. I mean, it can play all Switch games. There is like, well, not all Switch games. There is some like that had some like compatibility issues, I think, but like they're also like working on that because it literally just came out. So, but in my testing, I literally have not run into a single game I have not played or that hasn't worked so far. One thing I think that's crazy though is because the Switch came out at $450, okay, the Mario Kart bundle is $500. So Sony and Xbox both raised their base console price by $50 a piece, and it's literally crazy because the
PS5 is not worth $500. Dude, I'm sorry to say, I am a big PlayStation fan. I mean, if you can see my setup right here, I have a whole area dedicated to them.
He does.
The PS5, I have maybe 4 games on it because I need to buy an extension. It runs really well and the controller feels nice, but if that's really all you're going with, dude, it's just not worth. It's not worth $500. It's not worth $550.
See, and it sucks because I would say it sucks because the PS5. I just wish it had more storage. Like, if it had more storage, it'd be a lot more worth it. Because, the fact that it only has 500 gigabytes is kind of crazy.
That's what I'm saying, it's just, games just are not...
They're so big.
They're huge. My PS3, dude, I don't think I've ever deleted a game off of that thing, and I have a ton of games on there, but my PS5 cannot, impossible.
Yeah, no.
It's just, they're just too big of games these days.
And, what makes me so mad too about the games these days is they'll just make you download so much extra stuff that you don't even need. It'll just be okay, here's an extra 70 gigabytes of just extra shit that you're never actually gonna use.
Once we get into Call of Duty, see,
I
just found out about the new Call of Duty, but dude, Call of Duty is so needlessly large.
Oh my god.
It's 100 gigabytes of nothing. Yeah. And it pisses me off.
It's literally because I think they have a stupid fucking launcher or some shit like that. So that takes up so much space too.
Ever since the PS4, those games used to be 60 gigabytes. That's way too much. Nowadays, I swear it's Red Dead Redemption 2 is 80 gigabytes. I understand that. There's a lot going on in Red Dead. I don't know what the fuck all of this storage is going to.
Bro.
On Call of Duty.
Speaking of storage hog games, Battlefront 2 is 119 gigabytes.
That schmo is a killer.
Bro, that thing is huge. And so literally, okay, they're okay, so you spend $550 on the console. Okay, well, $550 now, $500 before. Now you got to drop $100 extra on extra storage. I mean, it literally was the same thing for me with the Switch 2, bro. I had to buy because it's got 256 internal, which that's fucking. That is that's nothing.
Nothing.
I'll say Switch games are a little bit smaller,
and then that's another thing is it those games? That's why Nintendo's always been different to me because those games have always been smaller and simpler because they just Again, God of War just visually has a lot more going on than Super Mario.
See, bro, that's what you think until you play the new ones. Because I'm telling you, if you played Breath of the Wild, bro, I have been playing Breath of the Wild, and that shit is like playing a Dark Souls game.
I think you actually might be right. Because I know a lot of people fuck with Breath of the Wild. Again, I'm not a big Switch fan. I'm not even a big Zelda fan. I kind of just that's not.
Yeah, you
for
just
me.
chill out.
Because again, in my mind, I think Donkey Kong goes from left to right.
Right.
So that's why I can't visualize Donkey Kong being $80.
Yeah.
But again, maybe I guess.
Bro, you pull up the trailer here just so you can see this because literally, I'm telling you, it is actually kind of crazy
What's
because
the
like
name of this one?
I think it's like Donkey Kong, like
Donkey Kong Switch
yeah, if you it'll literally come up. Yeah, I think it should just be like the top one. It's not even out yet, actually.
That guy's awesome.
No, he's pretty cool, but literally, so like Mario Odyssey, okay. So this is what they're doing, okay, and this is why I think like Nintendo is like so smart because not only are they marketing towards the kids, but because so many people grew up with Nintendo, they are basically trying to capture the adults with their kids' IPs by having these crazy like open world, like you can do anything, like create anything you want, and like it's difficult. Like Breath of the Wild is difficult.
I
like,
believe it.
genuinely. And Super Mario Odyssey is like a hard game, and you get to enjoy that like going around an entire world. It's like so crazy. I mean, I actually watched. Everyone knows him, Ludwig. Well, not everyone, but most people.
Sure.
And he literally did speed runs of like all the Mario Kart games, and he was like, "Bro, they have come so far."
Yeah, and I've seen that too. I was actually thinking about that when you were talking about Mario Kart.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, holy crap!
Yeah, no, literally, the environment in this new Donkey Kong game, the environment is completely destructible, so you can make your own paths. Like the gameplay is basically like forced, or not forced. It's based around like carving your path and stuff like that.
Well, everyone, I'm a big dumbass. Now that I'm looking at this makes a lot more sense.
Bro, doesn't it look sick? Like I'm telling you, like being able to just ride on a rock as you're like going up there.
And just see, I mean, that's like the big Minecraft thing. I'm sure there were other games before, but it's being able to destroy and build and do whatever to the environment. Also, he just hugged that big nanner.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Donkey Kong looks so weird, doesn't he?
Look weird. I will say though, like it just doesn't feel like we're getting the value out of the games of what we're paying. Like I know, like everything's more expensive. Obviously, it probably costs more to make the games now. Like they have to make them bigger, they have to make them better, whatever.
Right.
But I mean, I feel like a lot of the budget is just getting overblown on stupid stuff.
I think I agree. And I hate to bring this one up. I bet nobody was expecting to hear this name drop, but games like Undertale. Here's a better example.
Okay, wait. I wouldn't say Undertale because it's indie and it's pretty cheap, but
Silk Song.
Okay. Wait, what's your problem with Silk Song?
Oh, I don't have
one.
To know. I think it's a smaller game, but there's a lot you can do.
Oh, you mean it as it's good value?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I totally misunderstood what you were saying. I thought you were saying that it wasn't good value.
No.
And that's okay. No. Now it makes sense.
What's that shit called?
Hollow Knight. Yeah, Hollow Knight. Still, yeah, no, I agree with you because do you know what it is? It's like, and that's why I really think, and that ultimately, make what you want of it with the Switch 2, and make what you want of it with how you spend your money or whatever. Ultimately, you're gonna make that decision for yourself. But I think that's where Nintendo really does win, is how much charm they put into their games. Because, like, I mean, I was showing you, like, at work, I have literally been obsessed with the Mario Kart World music because it's so good.
Yeah.
And that's just, like...
We were jamming out today, too.
And that's just, like... That's an example of, like, something that, they're just, like, paying attention to. It's like, okay, I see what you're doing. Like, you... put that extra time in to just make a banger, like a banger track. Because, like, they could have just made, like, a basic ass thing.
Yeah, they could have just thrown anything together.
Right.
Yeah, because that's where I get torn up is...
But still $80.
Exactly. So that's why you have to be like, is this art that I'm consuming worth $80?
Right.
I always think, now this is definitely far too optimistic.
Right.
But, like, in my head... the thing that you're consuming it on, like the TV or the console itself, doesn't have to be like $500.
Right.
But like if the art that you're consuming, like Mario Kart's, the music, the whatever, the way it runs, if that comes out and it's like perfect and it's $80, I don't mind that. That's why I don't mind Doom Dark Age. There's some things I have wrong with the game. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
I think that I'm glad that I bought it because I want them to make more things like it.
Right.
But And again, it's kind of like, does it outweigh this? Does it outweigh that? Because I don't know.
You know, and that's it. It really is tough to weigh it against it because, like, I mean, everyone is basically saying $80 for Mario Kart World is way too expensive.
Absolutely.
I think everyone can agree on that. Even, I mean, a game, yes, because they did add like the open world. I haven't even personally messed around in the open world, just because I feel like they don't go out of their way to like put it in your face. You kind of have to go out of your way to do it, and so I kind of just haven't done it yet because I've just been doing like races and stuff, for example. But that is just like, it's just like almost like they made it $80 just to make it $80. Like
Absolutely.
they literally like didn't really, because like, I mean, the game is, I mean, ultimately it's Mario Kart. I mean, you could play Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which honestly, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe with like all the expansions and stuff is a fucking banger game. It's so good. Honestly, like it still holds up to this day. Like it's so good. But they literally were like, okay, that game was $60.
Oh, you like our game?
Yeah. They added like an open world. I think putting an extra $10 on top of that would have been like, okay. But then they were like,
Yeah, I agree with you. I think Mario Kart in no world should be more than like $50 because
Right.
that's the game your little cousin has.
yeah, exactly. And that's why, I mean, I honestly do think they did it on purpose so that they could sell the bundles more because literally, I mean, it's like, it's actually stupid to not buy it in the bundle. Like, you would just kind of be a moron because you could buy the Switch by itself for $450. And then you're gonna buy Mario Kart. You're gonna buy Mario
Because
Kart.
it's Mario Kart.
You're gonna
That's
buy
the
Mario
thing
Kart.
is everybody's gonna get Mario Kart.
Everyone's gonna get
Because
Mario Kart.
everybody's gonna get Mario Kart because everybody's gonna get Mario Kart.
Yeah.
You know,
And I mean, it's just like,
they're gonna make a ton of profit off
They
of
are.
it anyway. They
Mario
don't have to
Kart-
make it $80.
it's just like one of those games where like, you know, like you could hand it to like you could hand it to an Amish person and they could probably figure it out in like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's just that game. Everyone is gonna have it. And so they were like, okay, let's make the Switch 2 bundle with Mario Kart $500. So like it's like you said, boom, now Mario Kart is $50. Okay. Well, you know, they could have just honestly, I feel like a fair price would have been $400 for the Switch 2, $450 for Mario Kart and bundle. Like
Yeah.
I feel like everything got pushed up like
I agree. See,
$20, $30.
I think the Switch base being $350 to $400, that
Right.
should be the range. Because again, the mouse is cool, whatever. Is
Right.
it worth an extra $200 price, like upwards from the $300 one?
Right.
Because I bought mine late, and it was still $300.
Yep. See, and that's literally like what I said too. Like he literally said out there, he's like, yeah, we're still making the Switch 1, so like, you know, you're not like that worried about it. But I will say, bro, it is like almost night and day, like having them compared to each other. Like now holding my Switch 1 in my hands, it like feels like
I don't even know you anymore.
it feels like a toy compared to like holding like a nice premium
Switch
handheld. Because like,
And I wonder if that's because look how this is marketed. This
Right.
is like black with like highlights, and the Switch. I guess that's not. I feel like that's AI, right?
yeah, I think that's fake. But I mean, yeah, the OG Switch was like, I mean, I actually have the gray Switch.
Okay,
But I feel like canonically, the one that everyone has accepted as being like the first Switch is the red and blue one.
yeah.
But yeah, it kind of does feel like they were like, hey, let's make a more premium version that's way stronger. Because like I said, it's like 4 times as strong. And this is what I really like about the Switch as well. Because I mean, guys, if you are looking for a handheld, economically, first off,
Back to economics.
back to economics.
That's what this is all about.
If you're looking for one handheld to rule them all, I would either say, if you're a PC gamer, maybe look at the Steam Deck, but it's kind of underpowered now. If you are, or otherwise, the Legion Go is a great option, or this new Xbox handheld that's going to be coming out. That thing looks
yeah.
peak as well. Because they updated the chips, they got the Z2 Extreme. I think it's going to be like $800 or $900.
Jesus,
But I mean, the Legion Go, you know,
is it this guy?
yep, that's it. How much does it say that is? I think it's $8.99.
It's like it's in my hand for real.
But literally, so yeah, the Xbox ROG Ally basically. So they made. I've got the ROG Ally, the first version of it that they made, the white one. But basically, I'm pretty sure what they did is they were like, "Hey, we need a lot more money. Let's just go to Xbox so we can have them subsidize us, basically."
Right.
Because they want a handheld as well, basically. Because everyone is doing handhelds now. That's what I mean.
That's like the new market.
The Switch, literally, when the Switch happened, everyone was like, damn, bro, handhelds are fucking huge.
And I think also, to chime in, I feel like handhelds have always been like, those have been gimmicky because we haven't, we didn't have the technology also, haha. And I think now we actually do.
Yeah, now we're getting, because I mean, like I said, that GPD win, that could not play like PS4 games at the time. It could barely play like Xbox 360 games in a time where Xbox 360 was outdated. But now we're at the point, like, my Legion Go can play Skyrim Oblivion on low settings.
Right.
That is a full AAA remastered Unreal Engine 5 game. And that's not even because the Z1 Extreme now is, because this is the Z2 Extreme, which is, I think, like 1.3 times as strong. It's got slightly more RAM. So, I mean, it would run even better on this thing. So, like, the fact that we're at this point,
how come the handheld has a terabyte of storage?
I'm telling you. Isn't that crazy? I mean, yeah, my Legion Go has also a terabyte of storage on it. That's what I'm saying.
Sony!
That's what I'm saying.
Stop it!
There is literally no reason.
Oh, god damn. That is so sad to hear.
There is literally no reason that PS5s should have less than a terabyte other than pure laziness and, like, cheating
It's
out.
a Ponzi scheme. I'm telling you, some bullshit.
And so literally, yeah, no, I think that where we're at with handhelds is so nice because, I mean, I bring it to work and it's just so nice because, like, I'm at work, I get free time, I get to just pull it out, enjoy the games that, I might not be able to get a chance to play in my day because I don't have time for it otherwise. Because I feel like the older you get, you kind of just have to, like, not that we're, like, fucking ancients or anything, but, like, I feel like you just kind of have to, like, sneak in your gaming where you can.
Right.
Because,
well, yeah, we're at that age where it's like we're getting our foot in the door or whatever, we're working all the time, and we have other things to do besides, like, playing video games.
Right.
But it's still, and that's what's great, because by the time we get to chill out, dude, think about how far we'll be.
That is true. That is true, bro. We will literally just be, like, when we're in, like, our 30s, imagine we're probably gonna be on like we'll be on like the Switch like 3 or 4, what if it's even called the Switch. I'm sure it'll be called something.
The Nintendo Kill.
Nintendo Kill. Nintendo Tab Hopper.
Yeah, the Nintendo Slice Your Wrist.
That's crazy.
Oh my god.
So when we get the Nintendo Slice Your Wrist, we'll be able to enjoy that in our 30s.
Yep.
Just, chilling. And I think that's going to be fucking great. I mean, right now, it's just amazing to see how far handhelds have come. Because, I mean, like, before the Switch 2 came out, I was fucking with my 3DS.
And it was just a good console.
It's good.
Obviously, oh my god, I forgot about the Gears of War stuff, too. That's so cool. Damn you, Xbox. You're reeling me in.
I'm telling you, you might have to... Placeholder might have to cop one of these, Johns. The nice thing about what they're doing, too, is it's going to open in an Xbox environment. But it's a PC handheld, so you can use PC games, you can use Steam, anything like that. But what would be nice for you, all you would have to do, because I'm imagining you're probably not going to want to, like, move your whole library to Xbox.
Well, it just opens up different games that I can get. Like Halo?
Yeah.
That'd be sick as hell.
I would recommend getting, like, if you do that, you get Steam on there, and then you buy your games on there.
There you go.
And then if you ever get a PC, boom, you're just set up. But Xbox, I know Sony has something new like this, I think. Like their Game Pass, where you can literally, I think it's like $17 a month and you get access to like all their games or whatever, which is like
That's true.
it's
The
a
only
huge
the
library.
thing with that is if you go 1 month without
Yep.
repaying it, it like deletes. You have to buy the game like that. So I had Battlefront 2 for free, and then I got rid of it, and then I came back because me and my friends started playing it again. I like to point out before the craze.
There you go. So he wasn't on the bandwagon.
I was not on the bandwagon, but I did pay another $20. And for all those out there who know how much I've played this game, I am about 400 kills away from getting Old Master. If you know, you know.
What does that mean?
Do you not hear?
Yeah, what does that mean? Like, I need to know the economics of that, please. So, that, honestly, and that's one thing that really pisses me off of having multiple, like, different, like, things. Because, like, I'm a PC gamer. And I don't think I would ever switch from being a PC gamer at this point. And that's why, like, but the thing is, like, the Switch 2 is such a good handheld, and it's such a unique console that, like, that's why it's so nice.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, there's nothing, like, PlayStation games I can play on PC. For the most part. There are some shit that doesn't come out right away.
Mm-hmm.
But it does come eventually. Xbox games I can play on PC, but I mean, Switch games, not on PC, not on anything else. But the other thing is, my PC handheld, and every other PC handheld that I have used, they are so thick. They're chunky. Like, I mean, we're talking like put like 2 of your fingers together, like type of chunky. The Switch 2 is literally thinner than one of my fingers. Like, it is actually astounding.
Yeah, I don't
Like,
understand
it is... Bro, I'm saying, that's what I mean, bro. They literally did some fucking crazy, I don't know who they made a deal with.
Satan, maybe?
I don't know what they did, but black magic they put in that thing. But, bro, it's crazy that, like...
We live in the future, dude.
Something with that thin of a profile is able to, like...
Yeah, I don't know.
Have a good battery and shit.
I don't understand that. I don't get it. It scares me. That's the real reason I'm never going to buy a Switch 2. I don't get it. I'm too old.
Hey, bro, I'm telling you... You might fold. Elden Ring's coming to the Switch too. When the Dusk Bloods comes out,
bruh,
bro, pull up the trailer. I'm telling you. So if you guys haven't seen this, and this is why I really like the direction that Nintendo is going, and this is what makes me think it's a grown-up console, the Switch 2. They just because I feel like every other Nintendo console that comes out, it's like, okay, our main sellers are Mario and blah blah blah, and obviously, yeah, their main sellers are Mario here still too, but they've also got like Cyberpunk 2077 was a launch day title,
yeah,
and like, yeah, a lot of people have played that before. I'm probably not gonna buy the Switch 2 version because I mean I own it on PC and I'm not spending $70.
It probably runs better on PC, to be honest.
It probably does. It definitely runs better on my PC than my Switch, but my PC is also like got a 3080 in it and cooking.
Right.
But
it's like a frying pan.
Yeah, I'm not gonna spend $70 on it because I've got my Legion Go that can run it on the go for me. Really. Mm-hmm. I did cave though, and I bought No Man's Sky.
Oof. That's a toughie.
I like No Man's Sky on PC. It's a good game.
Did it get the Battlefront 2 treatment where it's like a good game now?
Bro, it's such a good game. Like, they've done 6 years of constant updating. It is fantastic. Like, seriously, you should get it. Like,
oh god,
I'm serious because the multiplayer is amazing. Like, you can just like warp to people now. There's a bunch of expeditions and stuff to do. Like, there's mechs and stuff that you can go around.
Mechs,
with.
You say?
Yep, mechs.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I'll have to show you after we're done recording this, my little mech guy on my game. But yeah, no, literally. So it's just the way that they're pivoting. It feels like they're trying to make it a more mature console.
Mm-hmm.
And this game it's very interesting because obviously it's a Front Software game. So Bloodborne, Elden Ring, the Night Ring game, but it's like a because just like the Night Rain DLC that just came out, it's a PvP v PvE.
Okay.
So it's like PvP v PvE.
Okay.
I don't really know what that means. I haven't done much research on the new Night Rain DLC that has come out. But yeah, this is like looks like sick because
this is Bloodborne 2, isn't it?
It pretty much is, yeah. Because, like, Sony owns
that
the
looks sick
IP
as
for
hell. Oh
Bloodborne,
my
and
God.
they're not gonna do any. Yeah, literally, it's got like that same
son
like
of a bitch looks awesome.
Eldritch Cthulhu like
Mm-hmm.
horror like body type weird.
Frog with teeth.
Yeah, literally. And so like this, I think is gonna be a huge draw for a bunch of people. I don't know, because like if this is a huge game, this could literally sell consoles like for them. You know what I mean? 'Cause,
Well,
like,
dude, yeah, Bloodborne 2, that's already a
Huge.
crazy sell.
yeah. And I mean, look at the mobs and everything that's in the game just looks so
Yeah.
good. I mean, like
That guy turned into a dinosaur.
whole ass dinosaur.
Is that a JoJo's reference?
Oh,
Is that
yeah, it might be.
Jesus?
It actually might be. So like they're literally like they're going out of their way to make such a unique experience, and I really appreciate what they're doing because like they realized, hey, you know, we don't have to just do Mario. We can do
We can
other
do video games.
Yeah. And so like I mean like Skyrim is on the Switch, on the original Switch. I'm sure all these games are going to get like updated to run better on the Switch too now.
Yeah. See, and I appreciate that because we haven't gotten a lot of like cool AAA games. We've had a lot of flops lately.
Yep.
Even in the past, since COVID at least.
God, like what was that one that just came out like it was like a stealth like shooter, not a stealth shooter, like you like use like magic or something like that and like literally maybe it was Avowed.
Oh, here's Old Master, by the way. It's a legendary skin that you get in Battlefront 2 when you
Okay.
kill 5,000 enemies with a dark side hero.
Damn.
And I'm very close. You'd think it'd be easy, but that game is brutal.
No, it's not easy. I'm not joking. I don't think I've gotten this, like, really a single kill as, like, an actual, like,
You
person.
you run out there, you flail around, and you die.
Yeah, that's literally
how
what
it
happens.
goes.
And, I don't understand how people, like, actually, like, do good. Because, like, I have faced, like, some people and I'm like, bro,
Bro,
this is just pissing me off.
sweaty Lukes. Sweaty Lukes are the bane of my existence.
Luke's?
Luke
Bro, mine
Skywalker's-
was fucking Anakin.
Yup. If motherfucker, you either know how to play Anakin or you don't know how to play Anakin. That guy's a son of a bitch.
Bro, and that's like just like Battlefront 2 just screwed themselves over with that fucking microtransaction shit in the beginning so bad.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's like what's pissing me off too is like what games are shifting to. You know what? I would honestly though, if we're gonna have $80 games, let's get rid of microtransactions then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I can make that compromise.
And I blame Fortnite.
See,
But Fortnite's all cosmetic,
yeah.
and I get that. It's just like, look at this. What the fuck is going on in this picture?
Transformers.
That's Optimus Prime.
You should fuck with that. You love Optimus Prime.
I know, but that's the problem is, do I need Kratos, Optimus Prime, the Xenomorph, and Superman in the same game? Not really.
Sabrina Carpenter's in the game.
Sabrina Carpenter just got downed by the Joker, and I need a reviver before fucking Jonesy gets to me.
Bro, it is really crazy. Like, I just can't believe that this is the direction that gaming has gone. Because, like, I watched the games conference the other night, which also, Silksong, come on, bro.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Love you.
There was not even a trailer for it. There was not a trailer for it at the thing.
Silksong, why?
But literally, I mean, there's so many of like these anime type fucking gotcha games because,
Yep.
well, I mean, I don't want to stereotype all gamers, but I'm gonna stereotype all gamers. because,
Yeah, fuck gamers.
I mean, I'm a fucking gamer. I used to be a sweat, fucking 300 pounds, sit in my chair all day, downing a whole. You know, like the fucking cartons of goldfish, like the big ass ones? Bro, those were the fucking worst for me to have because, like, the thing is, like, okay, there's times for Cheez-Its and there's time for goldfish.
Yeah.
Cheez-Its, it's like, oh, I just want, like, a little snack,
Yeah.
you know?
Cheez-Its are if you're like wearing the proverbial suit and tie.
Right,
If I'm fucking fancy, I'm eating Cheez-Its.
right. Goldfish, though.
My dick is out.
My dick's out.
I'm wearing. There's socks
like,
in my. There's
literally-
holes in my socks.
I'm like sitting there with my legs completely apart, scratching my balls,
Yeah.
literally, like,
Scratching and sniffing.
and then literally with my other hand is just, and the only way, if you know exactly what I'm saying, the only way you're doing it because you got that big ass fucking carton, which if you're me, you tear that bitch open, so
Yeah.
it's like you're just like, you know.
You're not leaving the little milk pour out.
Oh,
you
hell
are
no.
ripping it apart.
I will say though, a great tech, after you rip it apart, if you get ever sick of shoving the mouthfuls, like, cause you just gotta grab a handful and just shove it all in your mouth. If you get tired of that, pouring it back into the milk carton type shape and just pouring it into your mouth like you're just that also works. So I speak for all of us because I was that guy. Okay. Wait, I'm not speaking for me here. Actually, I don't play these games. Hold on.
Wait a minute.
Wait,
back up.
Freudian slip. But literally, they make Gooner skins.
Oh yeah.
And then you have to spend like, I mean some of the economics on the loot boxes are like you have to spend like $200 in like loot keys or like loot boxes to get the skin like worth. Like that's like the general odds. Like yeah, I'm sure you could get lucky and get in at one. Yeah, whoop the fucking dude. Yeah, I'm sure you're gonna get that. Like,
and that's the draw. Is it's like some of these games they know that they're like marketing to the shut-ins and the incels.
Oh yeah.
So it's like I don't know. Those have never been games I play. I play games with big burly men killing things. Clearly. So I don't understand. Or what's that one? It's like Pokemon, but you collect little
Pal
girls.
World?
Not Pal World. It's called like. It's like Soul Blade or something like that. Xenoblade.
Xenoblade. I have never heard of. Well, I've heard of it, but I didn't know that was like you collected stuff.
You like
stuff?
like it's like just like yeah, it's like chicks dressed like this for the most part, and they turn into swords. At least
I will say I am a sucker for like if it's like actually like a really like well designed female character. But I don't just like a Gooner skin for the sake of a Gooner skin.
Yeah, a lot of, I mean, I understand what you're saying. Like this is a cool design for sure. But
right.
if it's just tits and ass, I kind of just like whatever, bro.
I mean, like, bro, like the Marvel. A perfect example of this is Marvel Rivals.
Yeah.
If you go on PC, the fucking like the thumbnail image of it is literally like a picture of Emma Frost's ass.
Yeah, it is funny. It is just this is
the. No, that's not it on. It's like from behind on PC. Let me pull this up. Literally, yeah, it's just a picture of fucking Emma Frost's ass, and it's like, all right, bro, I see the audience you're going for here. Like,
yeah,
what are we doing?
And yeah, oh my god,
oh, they finally
holy
changed
crap.
it. Now it's Ultron.
That is true.
I think.
See, now I'm getting turned on. When I see robots...
Placeholder can't help himself.
This is what gets me to play video games. Hot chicks, yeah, that's great, but I see that on billboards for like brushing your teeth. When I see fucking Ultron the robot blasting lasers looking scary, dude, that's what gets me going. Look at this Venom render.
I would go crazy for a mech game. I've like been fiending, bro, because I love Titanfall 2. I love Titanfall 1. I've got a Titanfall shaped hole in my heart right now. I need Titanfall. Bro, like that is literally like Emma Frost, bro, is literally just the Gooner.
That is
bad. Gooner Central, bro. Like, what else?
There you go.
Are they playing it for? I mean,
I'm sure it's fun.
I actually don't. I just don't like third person.
That's kind of
shooters
awesome.
like that, I guess. So I do not really fuck with it, which is weird. I mean, Battlefront's kind of different. I just I don't like the hero based shooters that are third person personally.
Sure. Yeah, I've never been too big into hero shooters. I always wanted to get into Team Fortress, but that's just because the community seemed funny.
Oh, I love Overwatch. I'm not gonna lie. Overwatch is, I've got a little soft spot for Overwatch.
I got a ton of buddies who were into Overwatch. Again, not for me. I think I've made it clear my type of games are like difficult single players. I really like God of War. Oh, I just punched my computer. I really like God of War. I really like Doom. I really like what other games? I like Spider-Man. The new Spider-Man was
The
kind of
new
weird.
Spider-Man. You don't like the new Spider-Man?
It's fun. It's just not. It doesn't feel like Spider-Man. It feels more like an Iron Man game, low key.
Why?
Just because he can fly around,
Yeah, I do.
which I
get
don't
that.
mind.
I do get that because it kind of does like incentivize you not to use your swinging,
right.
because you're just gonna go you're gonna go faster just wingsuiting. Like,
But it opens up the map though,
It
which
does,
is
yeah.
fine. I have my gripes with the story a little bit. I do like story-driven games, like Red Dead Redemption. Those games are awesome.
okay, wait. So if you could like give me like a top 3 games, it doesn't have to be of
Ooh.
all time. It could just be like your top 3 games right now.
So my top game forever and always will be, and I know this is crazy. Nobody ever believes me when I tell them, but Transformers: Fall of Cybertron.
Oh my god.
No.
Here it comes. Please tell me about this game because I know nothing about it. Like, I don't know anything.
So first of all, maybe I am a little biased. Let me just show you. So
Wait.
this came out.
Was this on the Wii? I might have actually played this. game.
So there was one on the Wii called Cybertronian Adventures, Transformers. I know too much lore about this that I will get into this another day.
We're gonna have a fucking Transformer episode.
Not only actually, spoilers for anybody who's keeping up with my channel. The next like big thing after we get through the cycle, so it's going to be the media review, then it's going to be an animal video, then a storytime video, but then it's going to be a gameplay video, and that gameplay video is going to be on the game that comes before this called Transformers War for Cybertron.
Okay.
Also a really good game. I'm going to do a playthrough of that, and then I'm going to try to go back to a media review, and it's going to be on this game because talking about this game is one of the reasons I started a YouTube channel.
Okay.
Because I cannot explain. Well, I'm
Like,
going
what
to
do you
have
do?
to.
Like, what's the fight? Like, what's the gameplay like and stuff?
So, holy crap. The gameplay is basically it's a third-person shooter,
Okay.
but the gimmick of the game is you can transform into your car mode
Right.
and like drive around, and then also let's look up a trailer. Fall of Cybertron.
Yeah, because I'm not really understanding here what's going on.
So-
I mean, I understand that it's a shooter and stuff, but like,
First thing you got to understand, I was a child. I was young when I first saw this trailer. It came out in 2012. How old was I? I had to been like, I was still in elementary school. So obviously what you're about to see is it's going to be clear that it changed my chemistry.
right.
I'm sure this is copyrighted, but it's fine.
Oh, you can't. No! You're gonna get his copyright striked off the air.
Like, just immediately.
I will say the way that like the model looks is kind of derpy.
No! Don't say that. Watch him punch this guy.
Is. No, I'm telling you. No, we're putting this part of this trailer in here because his face right there was a little derp.
Yeah.
I do see it. Can we see some gameplay?
Yeah.
I want to see some gameplay of this game. Honestly, that game kind of does look sick. There is something about like old games, because I mean I was playing GTA Chinatown Wars on my 3DS, which literally that was like a bit for a couple days at work because every time I would mention it I would say GTA Chinatown Wars.
GTA Chinatown Wars.
Literally all of that together.
Oh man, that was
Yeah,
a
it's a
long day. I
crossover.
can't wait to go home and play GTA Chinatown Wars.
Okay, and here's a crazy story for you guys. Actually, this is so funny. One time when we were at the bar, I was getting picked up,
Oh
and
yeah.
I left my thing in my car, like my 3DS in there, and I literally said, and I quote to placeholder, "Yeah, I can't wait to leave. I got GTA Chinatown Wars
Yeah.
waiting for me."
And
in
we
the
were
car."
having like a for real deep conversation. It was crazy. And he said, "Oh, I gotta go. I'm gonna go play some GTA Chinatown Wars, I think." And I was
to
like,
be fair, my
"Alright."
ride was there. I didn't have a choice.
No, I mean, I understand. Fuck it. A man's got to play GTA Chinatown Wars. I'm not going to stop him.
I was not trying to play GTA Chinatown Wars. I was hungry and I had to go home.
I needed a burger.
I did play GTA Chinatown Wars in the car though, but here's a side story. I did not play for very long because I was like so drunk I could barely look at the screen without it like moving. I like got like so sick. I will say I'm kind of looking at this.
Let him do some cool stuff. This guy's kind of just
It literally looks like. I mean, it looks like a classic third-person shooter.
Well,
that,
so
like,
it came out on the PS3.
came out in the 2000.
Is he gonna do the cool
2010s.
bit? So this guy's not like playing how I do. What I do is so this guy can fly, right?
Okay.
So I just transform. I like fly over behind these dudes. I like use this blade to cut them in half.
Right.
And then I fly away, and then he has like this concussive pulse. Come on, dude. Do something
Is this
cool.
game actually hard?
It can be. You can bump the difficulty up like real high. And obviously you can play however you want.
See, and this is like another thing, the economics of this. I just want to talk about this because, we are talking about the economics.
Well, we're talking about the economy.
This game looks pretty good.
Dude, you have
for
no
how
idea.
for how old it is. And also, I'm telling you, there are $70 games that come out now that don't look this good.
Okay.
Like-
And then, so, like, look, he does that. You can, like, shoot a missile,
Okay.
come down, and then it's just a cool game. It's dynamic. It's fluid. The guy we're watching right now is kind of just playing like a cardboard man.
Yeah, he's kind of playing cringe.
Yeah, he's kind of playing cringe. But I wonder if we can find the multiplayer trailer.
There's multiplayer, that would actually kind of be dope.
There used to be. City.
Yeah, see, it's just like all of these. The value in the games has really just degraded. Like, it really just has. Because I mean, even games that I feel like Atomic Heart, for example. A game, I don't know if anyone's ever played that. That's kind of a little bit deep cut.
I feel you.
But like, you spend like $70 on a game. Well, it used to be you spend $60 on a game and you would get like, I feel like at least 60 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Like more like 60
Well, yeah,
to
you
70.
get a bang for your buck. You definitely get a lot of
Now
money.
it's like I feel like you're lucky to get a 30-hour experience for $70.
Yeah, and which sucks because again, a lot of the like, so you just fly around. The multiplayer was sick because it was just, and obviously it's very much 2010s. But look at that, like there's just so much you could do. You had like a tank class, you had like a scout class, scientists, they would fly around. So it was just a sick ass game. And
That
it
is
still
pretty cool.
is. I'm telling you, that game, even on the PS3 controller, it flows so well if you know what you're doing.
Interesting.
Also look, it's my son.
Oh
Doom.
no, Demon's being terrified of Doom Guy.
I love
Nah, Doom Guy. Yeah, so I mean,
there's just games. And that's how it goes, right? Is while we grow up, it kind of grows up too. Especially now we live in a weird age where profit is prioritized over like anything.
Like literally anything. I mean,
Which blame yourselves. If you all want to keep buying this, they're gonna keep doing this to you.
I'm gonna show you this shit right here. This is the
So
Switch 2
here we go.
edition right here.
Beacon.
Literally, yeah. So it's just like so crazy that this is the direction that gaming has been moving in. And I mean, like, honestly, everything has been moving in. Like, everything is just getting more expensive and you're getting less quality for like, what you're getting. That's why I really, really, really am so, like, I don't want to say proud, but it's just, like, so good to see Hello Games, who made No Man's Sky. They've continuously supported this project for like 6-7 years, just adding free updates. Not a single one of the things that they've added has been a paid DLC. It's literally just all been expansions that were completely free.
And see, that's what I think is a good studio, is when they're doing stuff like that. Because, dude, Call of Duty, I fucking hate Call of Duty.
Yeah.
I used to be so into Call of Duty, and then they just everything was more money and more money and more money. Like, you're paying $80 for Call of Duty.
Yep.
It's the same game it's been since World at War.
See, yeah, bro, like, paying $70, I mean, I didn't pay $70 for COD. I refuse to pay that much. But paying $70 for COD is actually crazy because, yeah, like, it literally has not
Evolved.
It has not changed a single bit. But yeah, No Man's Sky, they literally added in robot settlements. You can completely like manage your settlement. Now you can find people and like actually like, do stuff. Like, it's literally like crazy that they have gone this far for a game that, I mean, they could have just let it, they could have just let it flop if they wanted to.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't want to though. That's the thing. It's like when there's actually like a dedicated team behind it, it's crazy what actually can be done, you know? Like,
Yeah.
versus, because I mean, like you said, like earlier when we were talking about like Toby Fox and we were talking about, oh, you know what? Here is a great example. This is a perfect example. Okay, there was such a rut of just like shooters in general and shit like that. It was all the same, all $70 slop. Helldivers 2 comes out.
Yup.
That shit literally took the entire world by storm because everyone's like, wait, this is a AAA, well, not exactly AAA, double A. Let's say double A,
Yeah.
because like, you know, there's some like weird kinks and stuff. But $40 for a double A game that's better than a AAA game.
That I have yet to spend another dime on.
Yeah, that you didn't have to spend anything on. Literally, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, Helldivers 2. Didn't have to spend. I mean, you spend $40 on the game,
But that's it.
and that's it. You don't like Black Ops fucking 6. You have like we've got a friend who has spent like $20 on fucking Gobblegums.
$20. What's
Well,
the
no,
joke?
more
He
than
spent-
that,
he
more
spent
like 100.
20 grand. On
Yeah,
Gobblegums.
we said like 20 grand, but I think that at this point he spent more money on Gobblegums than the game
Than
itself.
the game itself. And it's just like I'm not into. I like Black Ops. I've grown up
Right.
with Black Ops. It's kind of hurt my soul. It's disappointed me.
Yep.
It's made me sad. But I like Black Ops, so it just sucks to see that because I went from Black Ops 3 to Black Ops 6. I didn't play Cold War. I didn't care for 4 because I always was like, it's not like the greatest story.
I
but
always
enjoy the
forgot that. I
campaigns.
low-key forgot that Call of Duty Black Ops 4 was a thing.
Yeah.
Because I think that the last one,
Pretty
actually,
good.
that was the last one I bought before our friend made me buy Cold War.
Mm-hmm. And I just, I don't know.
And not only that, but it's just like gets so sickening because not only is it like there's been so many Black Ops, but like it's a new Call of Duty every year, and there's been so many like World War II, Infinite Warfare, like fucking like what was the last one that came out before Black Ops 6?
There were-
Modern Warfare 2
Modern Warfare 3.
remastered.
Oh, that's right, the old remastered.
Yeah, Modern Warfare 3 remastered. That's what it was.
Yeah, Call of Duty's a strange beast. And I know that they know that they can make good games.
Yeah.
They just really Treyarch just is like, eh.
And that's what pisses me off because like for example, I have had an issue with servers on Black Ops for fucking since Black Ops 3. Like there is recorded instances of there was a Easter eggs for charity Black Ops 3. People disconnecting in the middle because Treyarch cannot fucking fix their goddamn
Yeah.
servers. Bro, you are literally owned by Microsoft. Like fix your
figure that
servers,
shit
bro.
out.
You don't like there is no reason like in Cold War there was literally a time that we were trying to do a fucking Easter egg and we disconnected 4 separate times.
Yeah.
Like that should not be happening.
Yeah, dude.
That's just insane. Especially bro, you just got bought by Xbox. Come on.
Yeah, and then I don't know. Again, there's so much to be said about Call of Duty because it is just another thing where it's like, damn, how did we go from gold to bronze?
I know. And that's what makes me think was Call of Duty ever actually good or was
Dude,
like
I swear on my life, Black Ops 2, great game.
bro, I love Black Ops 2, but that's the thing. Was it the community? Did the community just get more toxic?
Well, that's probably honestly what it was because I remember when we grew up, Black Ops or Call of Duty just slowly became like the Mountain Dew LMG, like Illuminati gamer kind of game.
Because I feel like that's like when it was like funny. It was like funny at first. It was like a meme, and then like
But then those people who were taking it seriously
yeah,
just kept playing it, and it just became something that I didn't want to be a part of.
right. Because it used to be like yeah, the stereotype was like you drink Mountain Dew and eat and Doritos, but like now fucking Mountain Dew and Doritos do like crossover sponsorships with Call of Duty, and it's like, okay, well now it's like a thing.
Yeah, now
so
they're
now
aware
it's
of it.
like,
And that's the way it goes, right? Is internet culture has always been like it tries to disconnect from it thinks it's hidden from the real world.
right.
Because obviously these brands are going to see it, but it kind of takes away the magic when the brand sees it, or like when celebrities like get into their own meme. It's like, oh, you ruined it, you asshole. You're not supposed to be a part of this. This is something only we know about.
I mean, it literally is though for the companies. It's all about the money, and so they're
Yeah.
like economically, they're like, let's just fucking roll with the meme or fucking
Yeah.
run with it, I guess.
Which, and then, I don't know. It's just so annoying.
It's really
and
annoying though
complicated.
because
I don't even know what the fuck the economy is.
I mean, we end up with weird shit. I mean, like Little Caesars does like pizza. I mean, I
the
don't.
Batman pizza.
Yeah, I mean, like bro. I remember the Batman pizza. I got that thing.
We did too. I remember me and my friends got the fucking Batman pizza,
Bro.
and I didn't have a single slice of it.
Really? Why?
It was like wet in grease, dude. I was not.
I will
touch
say,
it.
I don't know if I ever had a greasier pizza in my life than when I had that pizza, bro. That shit was crazy.
Yeah.
And other than that, too, it was expensive. It was like more expensive than a regular pizza, and it was way smaller because
Yeah.
it's just like a fucking bat signal or
But
whatever.
it
the
has
hell.
a Batman. I love Batman. He's like
bats.
he's love Batman.
I love the bats. And so literally it's just like, what are we going? Also, another thing, fucking inflation's out of control. Little Caesars used to be like $6 for a pizza.
Yeah, I thought the whole bit of
$5 a pizza. I think.
yeah, it was the whole bit of Little Caesars. Like, well, you can't afford any other pizza. Come get our $3 pizza.
And now it's like $7.99 or $8.99, which still not that expensive for a pizza. But
Comparatively, but at the same, I also think it's like the what was that? There's some sort of food that used to be super super cheap.
ramen?
It might have been ramen, but ramen is still really cheap. I think it might have been either sushi or caviar. I can't remember which one.
Okay.
But like even just saying that out loud, right? That's associated with like that's expensive
Rich,
bougie
yeah.
food. But like that's only because when it was brought over to the States, it was like a bougie food for people. It was like, oh, I have access to whatever.
Right.
So it just the fact that rich people valued it more.
Yep.
That's what drove it up, and I think that's what people say happened with American cheese, is that American cheese used to be super cheap, and then people were like, oh yeah, I love American cheese because it's what I grew up on, so
Yeah.
they raised the price of American cheese.
I mean, it's like that with a lot of things too. It's like that with video games.
Mhm.
It's like that with food, like you said. It's like that with cars because like they're like, oh, this customer has been buying my car brand for X amount of years.
Yeah.
I can just raise it by
Yeah.
X amount and they'll still buy it or whatever.
Yeah, they know they'll come back, except not to toot my own horn. I usually don't fall into those kind of pit traps. I'm very much like I'm very aware of how I see something, how it's worth.
Mhm.
That's again why I don't buy a lot of video games. So when I do, it's got to be something that I actually care about buying.
Yeah.
You just have to know. Speaking of economics, the whole bit is you're supposed to be buying what it's worth to you.
Right.
So let's say collectively everybody was like, the Switch 2 is worth $200.
Mhm.
I'm not about to pay $500 for it. The price might go down. Again, that would be like in a perfect world if everyone decided that.
Right.
But obviously, we're at a point like Nintendo they can release fucking Schmo's Garden, where you plant one seed and it takes 3 days for it to grow, and release it for like $100, and everybody will be like, Nintendo made it though, so we have to buy it.
That is kind of true, honestly. It is crazy because like I try not to show Nintendo too hard because like I will straight up agree. I think the Nintendo 2 is the Switch 2 is like a little bit overpriced. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
Is it insanely overpriced? No, I don't think that's true. Because I mean, like if you adjust for inflation and stuff, I think like they said like a $300 Switch would be like $395.
Sure.
So like if you're going off that, it's only $60 more. But you also have to think they also upgraded it, so like it's gonna be a little more expensive. So that's why it's like.
Sure, you can reason it, and you can make it make
But
sense.
it's like yeah, they could have made it a little bit cheaper. But like, really, what's it gonna do for them? I mean, they really don't. They do not care. Like, they don't, because they know it's gonna sell like hotcakes no matter what they price it at.
And that's the thing is they could have thrown any price tag on there and it probably would have been sold out again.
I mean, it's like the fucking like.
What if it was $1,000? Would you have bought it?
Oh, hell no, hell no. I will say, if it was $1,000 though, and it could give me the performance of a PS5 Pro, I would buy it.
Yeah, that's a different story.
That's a different
though, right?
story though. Yeah.
If I got a handheld PS5
Because
with like another
think
terabyte,
about this. It is basically, it's like right between a PS4 Pro and a PS5. And it's $500, so it's like really, like, it's not a PS5, but it's not a PS4.
right?
It's like somewhere in the middle towards, I think it's like more towards the PS5 side. But, that's what makes me be like, okay, I'm willing to pay that $450 for it or whatever, because, it's literally, I mean, it's only like $50 more than a PS4 really at launch. So,
Which I mean, yeah.
but I mean,
So and
you
that
notice though how people comparatively freaked out about the PS5 Pro being $750.
yeah.
That was crazy.
See, and knowing what something's worth, I'm not gonna buy a Nintendo Switch 2. It's just not worth the price tag. And a PS5 at $500 does not hit the mark. PS5 Pro at $700 more you should not buy that.
No.
That is a scam.
No. I mean, honestly, I think if you're gonna go for a console, I think that the PS5 is the best.
Yeah.
Personally.
And then actually I wanted to bring this point up earlier. I think PlayStation was winning, but now with the handheld wars that it seems to be coming up, I think for the first time in seriously like a decade, Xbox has something
Contention.
above them.
Yeah, because I mean, do you know what the PS Portal is? That was like Sony's handheld. But the thing is that it basically works by like streaming from your PS5.
And that's stupid.
That's, it can work. You can utilize the performance, but here's the thing. If you are anywhere else and you don't have a strong internet connection, it's just going to fucking suck for you.
Yep.
And so I think that Xbox doing this was the right move, because I think what they're going to do is they're going to be like, oh, you can stream from your Xbox if you're in your house. But then it's like, oh, if you're on the go, then boom, now you've got your Xbox games with you.
Right.
And that is literally, it's so smart.
And I'm hoping it incentivizes Sony to stop like being a bunch of dickheads and actually start making good stuff again. Because like, I don't know. It's just there's a lot of the originals that came out the PS5 were not the best.
I think that's like the major problem is there is not enough competition right now. Every company has bought up every other company right now. And so it's just like
Monopolies.
Monopoly.
We're in hell.
Hell. So literally, it's like, I mean, there is no fucking competition anymore. And that's why, like, I saw one thing that made me happy when I watched that games conference was their Lego is making like a Mario Party type game. Okay, finally, like, that's what I'm saying, bro. No one owns the rights to fucking the Mario Party like gimmick in games, bro. Anybody could do that. Like, why isn't there like a Sonic Party? Like, they could literally, I mean, let me preface this by saying I don't just mean take it and reskin it and like make it slop and then be like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna throw my IP on it.
But like, I mean, there's a ton of stuff, even just like unique stuff. I know how you freaks like your anime. You could probably make a good party anime something.
I mean, like, I know in the Lego game, I think there's going to be, like, little building mini games. And it's like, yeah, that's great. It's like, it takes use of the IP that they're using.
Yeah.
And it uses that party game trick that Mario Party's established and they don't own to make something that's cool.
Yeah, it's clever. It's actually smart.
And it's like, I feel like no one tries anymore to do, like, anything that's, like...
Well, again, why would
actually, like, slightly different or, like... I don't even know what it is, but, like, it's weird because, like, no game is just willing to copy another game and just do it better. Like, that there is nothing wrong would just copy another game and just being the better version of it and just like doing it better.
Yeah. And there's no rule saying that you can't.
And there's no rule saying they can't. And that's ultimately what creates competition.
Right.
Because I mean, like, look at all these handhelds. Like, the handheld prices aren't going to go, like, it wouldn't go down if, like, just, you know, the Legion Go existed, or just the ROG Ally existed, or just the Steam Deck existed. Like,
Shad, is this real?
That's crazy. Every single one basically drives the other down. And so, like, if there's no competition, then yeah, we just get cooked. And that's what's annoying.
No fucking way.
Also, I have to say one other thing that is really, really, like, kind of like a slap in the face by Nintendo personally on the Switch is, like, there's this game. I don't want to even call it a game.
More of an experience.
It is. It actually is more of an experience. It's literally like an advert, a marketing advert for the Switch that you have to pay for. It's $10. It's called Nintendo Switch Welcome Tour.
Oh, that's right.
And you basically like go around like the different areas of the Switch, and it tells you like, oh yes, this is the areas that we've improved, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, bro, why would you not just include that as a game? Like, they literally made Astro's Playroom on the
PS5 free
for free, and then they made it into a whole game.
Well, you think like that's the first thing you do when you release, because every system's had a tech demo since like forever.
Yeah, that's true.
So that should be the first. That should just come standard. They innovated that. They put tech demos all over the DS.
Mm-hmm.
To show off the new technology. It should just come pre-downloaded.
I mean, literally, Wii Sports, one of the most beloved Wii games of all time, was the tech demo for the Wii. That's like, have you even seen like the Nintendo Switch Welcome Tour thing? Because like the thing is Wii Sports, I think that people would have paid for.
Yeah,
and that was more of a game that you got for free than this Welcome Tour shit. That's literally just like, it's like I said, it's literally just like a marketing advertisement for it.
But it's $10.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen this. It just shows you all the stuff you can do. And like it looks neat, but come on.
Bro, like $10, they could have just included it for free and just been like, oh, okay.
No tech demo is worth $10.
And it's crazy because their justification was, we've packed lots of neat experiences.
We put a lot of neat thing in, I don't know why they're Indian, but we put a lot of neat thing in the computer, in the little handheld computer.
No, it's literally just crazy. It's like, bro, come on.
Yeah, it's like, give us some.
Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome to a Reviewer. Why? Question mark. Yeah, literally. It's like, why is it not free?
Yeah,
that's my question.
Some companies need to understand that. I don't know. I guess again, people are just gonna keep buying it anyway.
Bro,
but if you want my dollar, you gotta play my game.
It's just so crazy because there's so much copium by like all the reviewers because they're like, well, I gotta buy it because I gotta review it. And it's like, well,
I gotta get it because Luigi's there.
It's like, God, bro, it is so dumb. It's just so. I think they literally. I feel like the reason why they made it $10 was literally so that the tech reviewers would have to buy it for $10.
Yeah.
Like, I genuinely feel like that's the reason, and that's just crazy.
But, like, and see, this is something Nintendo does not fuck with, is they don't understand how free advertising works, because people want to play their games and, like, hype their games up, but, like, look, this motherfucker, you think he wants to let you have fun? He does not. Nintendo's a whack company, is because they know how to make cool stuff that's fun, but then they'll gatekeep it as hard as they can at the highest price they can.
Because no one else makes games like Nintendo. I mean, it's just
they don't make systems like Nintendo.
They don't make systems like Nintendo. I mean, I don't think there would be another game company that would be willing to have their flagship device be like a hybrid console handheld.
Yeah, this is so unbelievably ambitious. This type of shit.
Yeah.
Because like, I can't even imagine when I was a kid if someone is like, yeah, so you can plug it into your TV, but you can also like take the controllers off. You can just, take it with you anywhere you want. And also it packs like 1 billion games into it. You're like, okay, so you live in a fantasy and you should be in jail.
Real.
And now we have this John here that's just like, I mean,
it is literally just a full fucking
It's everything, bro.
console. It's just crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It just is crazy to think.
Like, imagine if this had God of War on it. That's how. If Sony made something that was like the Nintendo Switch that could run like Red Dead Redemption 2 on it, dude, it's over. It's over. All my money's
Okay,
gone. I
yep.
don't have another dollar to my name. They own me.
All I'm saying is there's no way that Sony doesn't partner with like either Lenovo to make their own PC type handheld thing now, because like they're not gonna just like sit there and that's crazy. They're not just gonna let them release a handheld and not. Because I
Yeah.
mean they have the PS Portal, but that thing is fucking
Doo-doo.
look that shit up.
Yeah.
Jethro, let's pull that up.
Jeffrey, pull it up.
It is literally fucking ass,
Oh, wait.
bro.
What was it
Like
called?
PS Portal.
PS Portal.
All you like, because you literally just stream it.
And that's stupid.
But and it's also like it's really expensive. It's like $300, I think. Like, how much is it?
Yeah, if that's what I'm saying.
If it's more than
it's like what was that? Like $100? This one's
no,
yeah.
that's the no, I don't think that's the real one. I
Yeah,
think
that's
it's
$400. There's 200. Yep, 200. Best Buy.
So that's not
200.
terrible, I guess, but still.
No,
like,
because it's a stupid concept. It comes with its own
I just
AirPods.
feel like
though.
it wouldn't like work that well. Like I just
Well, it doesn't.
I am not a fan of streaming games. Like it just doesn't. It just never, ever works that well. Like if it just doesn't run it locally, unless you're like in the same, house.
Mm-hmm.
And there are definitely cases to be made because like it is kind of nice. If you could just take like your PlayStation Portal, for example, and this would be a use case I could see is if you're in the house and you've got like your console like on your main TV or in the living room,
Mm-hmm.
and then someone's like, "Oh, I want to use this" or whatever, or it's like you want to go like relax in bed and play your
Right.
PlayStation, then it's like, okay, I can see that. But I mean, paying $200 to only be able to use something around the house
Well,
seems like a lot,
What's the whole point of having a handheld if you can't take it to the bar?
right?
That's what I want to know.
Right.
Like I should be able, the whole thing, even since the DS, probably even since the Game Boy, it's just like, oh, I'm going to school or I'm going to work,
Mhm.
whatever. And like obviously there's downtime, time to kill. It would be nice if I could play like Mario. Or like that was the big thing with the Switch is Smash Bros. I remember in class, like on days where we just weren't doing anything, somebody would bust out the Switch and we'd all play Smash Bros.
I mean, yeah, because it's literally just like, and that is what's uniquely, and that is what sells me on the Switch over any other handheld I've ever used. I haven't used the Steam Deck personally. I think the Lenovo Legion Go, I mean, anything that has Bazzlight or SteamOS comes pretty close. But the fact, like, it's so easy with the Switch. Like, I can set it down. Yeah, it works kind of like the Steam Deck works in the same way where, like, you can just press the power button. It'll just, like, suspend the online play, or it'll just suspend the play, and then you can just press it again. It'll turn it on, like, it would with the Switch. But the difference is the Switch is so good for, like, playing with other people.
It really is like it. See, it has the same setup as Apple, truly,
Yeah.
because it just since it's all encased in its own like world,
Mhm.
it's able to just flow however it wants.
Yep.
Whereas like the Steam Deck, you're hooking it up to possibly a different computer, or it's
Right.
just you have to understand like the software a lot more than just like the simple software and hardware.
Mhm.
Because with like Nintendo, you understand it. It's made
Yeah.
for kids to understand. And it just is made so that everything flows.
And I
Same
said,
with
like,
Apple.
the Steam Deck is pretty good at, like, making it, like, like, simple to understand, but, like, still, like, this is the thing. If you literally only stay within the Steam ecosystem, you only play Steam games, you never want to play, like, anything outside of Steam,
It's perfect.
it's easy.
Mhm.
It's really easy. But then the thing is the second you want to do like anything else is where you start to run into issues because it's running like, what's it called? A custom Linux installation that you have to do like stuff differently on. And like, obviously for me, because I have a dual booted thing where I know enough to, go in and just like mess with shit.
Mm-hmm.
But your average person is not gonna know
like
how to do that.
That's
like,
me. I don't know what the hell you're even saying to me right now.
Yeah, I
There's
mean,
a cat
like,
in this picture.
it's literally like, I mean, to fix some things in the Steam Deck, you have to literally go into like the BIOS and like you're messing with how the thing is actually running.
My uncle has a Steam Deck, and he's like a super genius nerd. And I swear to God, I've seen him do the actual cartoon scratch at the top of his head, trying to figure out how it works.
I'm telling you, like, literally, there are just like some things because it's just like the way that the operating system runs is just like not. It's just not the easiest thing to work around when things go wrong. When things are great, they're great, and when things go wrong, they are wrong.
Yeah. See, and for me, the average consumer, I much prefer like the simple, like, you plug it into the side,
Yeah,
and
literally.
you press the button.
Yeah, because I mean, like, to connect something like that to like a computer or the TV, you have to get like a custom like you got to get a custom docking station. Then you have to make sure that the docking station actually supports the right charge limits, and then you got to get a good charger for it.
And then you have to make sure that the display can even handle it.
Yep.
You have to make sure that it'll run it the right way.
Then you got to get a different controller because you can't take the controllers off the side of it.
Right.
So
that's just like, I don't know.
And that's why, like, there is literally nothing as satisfying as just taking your Switch, just setting it in the dock, watching it turn on the TV, and just pulling the controllers off, and you're playing. Like, that's it. It's so nice. Like, you're just done.
Yeah. And that's the perfect example, like you were saying, of why the PS Portal doesn't work is because, like, the Switch, if I'm, like, playing on the TV and I'm like, oh, this sucks, I'm going to go sit on my bed and play this.
Yep, literally.
It's no effort.
PS Portal, you're like, oh, I guess I gotta turn on my fucking PlayStation, then I gotta go hope that I've got a good Wi-Fi connection, and, maybe I can go down late in my bed and then play for 5 minutes before it starts, like, crapping out or something. But
before my heart starts beating really fast because of all the rads that's communicating between my PlayStation and the stupid little handheld.
No, literally. So it's just like, it's just crazy, and that's where ultimately I see the economic value in the Switch.
And that's where I say, Sony, please make something cool so I can suck you off once again. Please, Sony, please!
Sony, please. Xbox is doing it. Nintendo's doing it. It's your turn.
Yeah, lock in. Really? Really, Sony? You sons of bitches?
And I think that'd be a good place to end it right there.
Yeah, I can't believe. Yeah, we
have just been talking.
We touched on real economics for maybe 0.5 seconds.
Literally 0.5 seconds. This was, if you can't tell, this was a ploy to talk about video games.
This was so. Earlier today, DK here, he came up to me and he said, I don't know, Veil of Economics, I just want to talk about video games.
Yeah,
and
literally.
I was not prepared to stop him, and I still am not, because that was, perfect. It was perfect.
Yeah, that was honestly really fucking fun. We hope you guys enjoyed. We hope you learned something.
I hope you didn't enjoy you in the back, because I can see you on your phone.
We're sick of this. We're gonna start put it in the cubbies.
Do you think the cutting people thing was a joke?
We weren't joking.
I certainly wasn't, but maybe we should start with the cubby. I forgot about that.
Exactly. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.
Goodbye. Oh wait, hold on. Check us out. We'll be around. We come back.
We come back.
We'll come back. So just check us out. We'll be around. Share with your friends. Where can they find us?
Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube.
In your house.
In your house.
Don't look behind you. Or maybe look behind you. I don't know.
Anyways, bye.
All right. Goodbye.